That was also another great observation, yeah.
That existential moment, do you remember, like, what were those meetings like? What were those discussions like deciding as a company, risking everything?
Well, um, I had I had to make it clear to the board what we're trying to do, and and the management team knew our gross margins were gonna get crushed. So you could imagine a world where GeForce would carry the burden of CUDA, and none of the gamers would appreciate it, and none of the gamers would pay for it. They only pay certain price, and it doesn't matter what your cost is. And so we increased our cost by 50%, and that consumed, and we were a 35% gross margin company. And so it was quite a difficult decision to make. But you could imagine that someday this could go into workstations and it would go into supercomputers, and in those segments, maybe we can capture more margin. Um, so you could reason your way into being able to afford this, but it took a decade.
But that's more of like conversation with the board, convincing them. But you psychologically,
Hmm.
because Nvidia has continued to make bold bets that predict the future, and in part, especially now, define the future. So I'm almost looking for wisdom about how you're able to make those decisions, to make leaps like that
Um,
as a company.